Listen to that. That's the sound of thousands of people cheering. They're chanting the catchphrase, they're buying the t-shirts. They're just happy to see the guy. But there's one problem. This guy is supposed to be the villain. If you're a bad guy in professional wrestling and the crowd is cheering for you, I have a blunt opinion for you. You're failing at your job. Now, we're living in the era of the cool heel, the bad guy that wants to be wicked, but he also low-key wants to be liked. They want the boo, but they also want the "this is awesome" chant. They want to be the antagonist a little bit, and they're a little bit too scared to be hated. Now today we're talking about the death of the true heel, why modern wrestlers are addicted to pops, why merchandise ruined wrestling psychology, and why being a cool bad guy is honestly kind of killing the business a little bit. Let's go all the way back to basics. I've been watching this for 18 years, and the formula hasn't changed, even if the wrestlers have. What is the job of the heel? Is it to have the coolest entrance music? No. Is it to have the funniest insults? No. The job of the heel is to get your babyface over. That's it. Your job is to be so detestable, so cowardly, so annoying that when the good guy finally punches you in the mouth, the crowd explodes with relief. If you are out there trying to steal the show and try to get your shit in and trying to make the crowd laugh, you aren't the villain. You're just a performer with an ego. And the good guy beats you, nobody cares because they didn't hate you to begin with. Now, I blame the NWO. Look, okay, I love the NWO. We all do. They changed the business, but they also kind of broke it. Suddenly being the bad guy was the cool thing to do. And to respond to your comments, I'm aware of the Four Horsemen and I'm aware of Superstar Billy Graham, but the NWO popularized it into the mainstream during a wrestling all-time boom period. And that is where it truly connected, and that is where we truly got into the era we're in now. The bad guys had leather jackets, the swagger, and the reality-based attitude. The good guys like Sting or Luger look like dorks by comparison. Since then, every wrestler has grown up wanting to be Scott Hall. Nobody wants to be the Iron Sheik anymore. Nobody wants to be the cowardly honky-tonk man. Everyone wants to be the anti-hero. The problem is you can't have a full roster of anti-heroes. Somebody needs to be the victim, and somebody needs to be the bully. When everyone's just trying to be too sweet, there's no conflict. It's just a popularity contest. Now let's talk about the one guy who actually gets it. The guy who proves my point, Dominik Mysterio. I'm not talking about 2026 Dom because low-key he's kind of got to the point where he's starting to get cheers. Let's talk about 2022, 2023, 2024 Dominik Mysterio. Dominik was bland. People thought he was a bust. You remember. He came into the main roster in 2020. He had the feud with Seth Rollins, sticking up for his father, and you know what? That match at SummerSlam was good, and he had a real good start, but eventually it just got to the point where it was like there was no evolution. It was just this kind of geeky dude that was a little bit green hanging around his dad, and it just wasn't clicking. People didn't want to root for him. So Dominik turned heel. 2022, Clash at the Castle, he kicked Edge in the balls, and then he clotheslined his father. What a dick. He wasn't trying to be cool. He became a coward, a slime ball, and it worked. It worked so well. He got the mullet, he started hiding behind Rhea Ripley, disrespecting his father, and the heat he got was nuclear. He couldn't even talk, he couldn't even speak. He wasn't trying to sell t-shirts, he wasn't winking at the camera because he committed to being trash, and everything he did annoyed the audience, made you want to see him get punched in the face. Another masterclass is Christian Cage over in AEW. Christian realized something brilliant. Everyone respects him too much. He's a legend. Fans want to cheer him. So how does he stop him? He attacks the one thing that nobody can defend. He attacks dead fathers.
I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father's dead. Jungle Boy, I'm sorry. Your entire family isn't dead.
You're gonna be eating birthday cake out of a straw tomorrow. He's a piece of shit. You raised a piece of shit.
Here's the thing, Pillman. Just like Jungle Boy, you had a father.
My current opponent, Wardlow, also had a father. And I understand that you have a father and your father is dead.
It's uncomfortable, it's mean, it crosses the line, and it works. Christian isn't trying to be funny, he's trying to be despicable. He understands that for the hero like Jungle Boy or Edge or whoever he's going up against to shine, the villain has to go to a place where the audience stops having fun and starts getting angry. If you're a wrestler watching this, stop trying to get your work rate over. Stop trying to get a 5-star match. Go out there and say something so awful that I need to see you lose. But here's the biggest enemy of the true heel in 2026. It's social media. It's impossible to hate you on TV when I can open Instagram and see you eating pizza with the guy you just injured 20 minutes ago. An example of this is I remember there was a picture posted and it had Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman when they were on some tour overseas. And it's like, y'all were trying to kill each other like recently. Now, I get it. Kayfabe is dead. We know it's a show, but movies are a show too. And if I watched a movie with a villain murders the hero's wife, and in the credits I see a blooper reel of them hugging and laughing, it ruins the movie a little bit. Modern wrestlers are so terrified of fans thinking they're actually mean that they rush to Twitter to show how nice they are. I play a bad guy on TV, but I love puppies. I tip my waitress. Like, we know, man, we know. We don't need you to remind us. Let us hate you for 20 minutes, please. Here's the bottom line. Wrestling is built on emotion. If the only emotion you can generate is, hey, that move was cool, you're a stuntman. You're not a wrestler. The cool heel is a safety blanket. It's for wrestlers who are insecure. They're scared of the boos. You aren't over as a heel. The opposite is true. You're a babyface. If you could make an arena full of people legitimately hate your guts in 2026, you're the best wrestler in the world. Now stop trying to be the NWO. Be Dominik Mysterio. Be Christian Cage. Be JBL. Be hated, because when you're hated, the good guys actually matter. Now tell me in the comments, who's the best heel in wrestling right now, or do you prefer the cool heels? Let's argue about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out this video here if you want to know how stiff wrestling can go a bit too far.